So are we ready?
This is Jay.
This is A,
And this is Moxicated.
where we drop the booze and walk through the reality of life alcohol-free.
So grab your favorite mock, get ready to laugh, and let's get moxicated.
Welcome back.
Hi. It's almost the end of the year. It's almost our last. It is pretty crazy. It's not our last episode. It's almost.
I love that we tell story.
Yeah. So we got some focusing and buckling down.
Sorry, thick.
Exactly.
Expectations are thicker.
High through the roofs. But yeah, so before we get into the end of the year, we just wanted to leave you with a little, maybe like some help, I guess, as we go into this season where there is a lot of people going to places that they don't live, whether it's traveling across the country, the world, or it's just going down the street to your friend's house. But there is a lot in traveling specifically. That we need to talk about.
Yes. Well, so last month in October, we both did a lot of traveling.
We went on like the grandest moxicated adventure of all.
Yes, we did.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a good book.
I kicked it off with Vegas.
Yes, you
being
did.
the only sober person in Vegas, like the whole entire city.
Like this, I was gonna say like the whole city. She asked.
Also, I got to see some of my favorite bands in the world.
Yeah.
That I've never seen, and I've been to thousands of concerts and shows. So that was really great and fun. And then to dip in to that, I spent a day in Dallas for a celebration of life because my way of showing my support is being there present and physically hugging a person.
Yes.
Even if it's just a couple of hours, that is important to me. And then the next day, I jet setted and met Jess in LA, and we got to meet the CEO of our network and see the studio.
What's up, Sim?
Hey, Sim. Oh my gosh, that was like all of our hard work being brought together and like physically seeing it, because we know it exists.
Yeah.
But like to be there and go there, like it's real.
Yeah. And I think it's cool too because like we each got there on like our own way, like Al had all these different places she had to go to. And I, traveled out the night before. And I think, sometimes it's hard for me to think about what traveling alone, not drinking would be like because I'm so, far into traveling without drinking. But it is like alarmingly scary if I actually start thinking about, if I was still drinking, obviously we wouldn't be traveling for this podcast.
Yeah.
But if I was still drinking in that scenario, like I get in before you and I'm alone and I come from the travel hustle bustle to the hotel and I don't have anything else to do or anyone else to meet, until the next day, which the next day was very important. So it's like, dang, what would I have done? And then what would I have felt going into this like incredibly impactful day for both of us? And we like did so much more beyond that and what we were even thinking. I mean, we tried to visit Judy Garland's grave, but for some reason, she didn't want us to find her. So we took that as a sign of respect and said, maybe next time, Judy. But we got to wander around. And, I think one cool thing about traveling in sobriety is something my dad always says is play it by ear. And you truly can play it by ear so much more when you're sober because, at least for me, I had to plan the alcohol. And if I didn't plan the alcohol, the effects of the alcohol made plans for me that I had no control over, like how I was feeling. Ugh, I don't want to go walk around a cemetery where it's hot and I'm hungover. Like that would have made choices for me that I didn't maybe want. And so it's so rewarding to be able to play it by ear and be like, hey, do you want to go here? Hey, let's go do this.
One, two, driving.
Driving, yeah,
Able to drive
everywhere.
all these places, anywhere we wanted to go.
Anywhere we wanted to go.
Daring to drive
Mhm.
already.
Yeah.
And then adding alcohol, even one drink.
No.
No.
No. And as
No.
much as I get a kick out of driving, and I think I'm a driver that can drive places. I don't know how else to say what I'm trying to say. But like, yeah, it's still like I have a very great sense of direction. I can remember where I'm going. I can get myself back somewhere. And but like even in a new city, like you don't know the rules. Sometimes when I'm in new cities, eh, I might need help. I'm like, is it okay to turn right on red? Like, is that a United States rule? Or is that just a rule I learned in my city? I'm like, can we always turn right on red unless it says no? Like, I freak out about stuff like this. And it's like, when you're drinking, A, you're not driving, you're spending so much more on Uber. People always ask me why I rent cars when I travel because it's like $100 to $200 when you Uber, it's like 50 each way. So you end up paying a lot more Ubering. I'm just telling you, people, if you like to go around, I also like to be in control and I also like to play it by ear and drive wherever the heck I want. Um, so yeah, I think there's something to say too about like traveling alone now versus traveling alone then and what a difference it would have been.
Well, and two, not to single you out, I think that your people would have been really worried. Like I would have been worried.
Oh my
about
gosh,
you
yes.
if I knew you were going out the night before. Because Jess and I have blacked out on planes
Mm-hmm.
and made friends in places we shouldn't and lie and not be truthful.
Yes.
And get ourselves in troubles. Like we have done that. We've gotten shit faced in an airport
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the afternoon.
Yep.
You know, like it's not like we're talking from unexperienced situations. We are very experienced drinking, traveling, and now not drinking.
Yeah, totally.
And when even talking about this, when I was telling Jess I wanted to have this episode, I didn't realize I was going to set out to find so much cool information.
So many like facts.
Yeah. One of them that's really cool that I found is that Expedia saw 205% up in alcohol in the search engine of alcohol-free travel and sober travel searches in 2025.
That's
Sorry,
so
that's
cool.
a lot of searches in there. I couldn't speak because it's so cool to me that people are actually searching it sober travel.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, and also too, 20% of adults plan their trips based on the alcohol drinks offered, like an all-inclusive trip, like where they're going to be staying,
Club levels.
Napa. People literally
Mm-hmm.
travel to go try these wines all over. I've actually never been on one of those because I think it got cooler for my friends after I quit drinking. Now I would be like
just wandering around in the fields.
Like
I'd eat
I
the
could
grape.
appreciate a great garden, but it would be hard for me to enjoy wine country.
Yeah.
At this point
Yeah.
in my life.
As long as the views are good and the food is good, maybe.
I don't know because I feel like more it's so wine based.
It's like cheese.
Yeah, but I can't eat
and you
cheese.
Can't eat cheese.
And then crackers.
Can't eat crackers.
So I'm just gonna starve here. And
can you eat grapes?
Yeah, no. So I can eat grapes, but I don't want to.
It's fine. You don't need to.
So it's interesting how people plan a trip, but when I think back, when we planned our trips, it was all around alcohol. Mm-hmm. When are we going to get the next drink? Where are we going to get the next drink? It was not, let's go eat at this place because of the good food. It was, let's go eat there because there's a bar. Yeah. Or like, let's go look at this because even if we had plans to go look at something cool, we would end up going to a bar or drinking and spending all of our time there. And like, that would have just been like a pipe dream. Like, maybe we'll go see that one day. We're too, invested in this. Even before getting to the vacation, there's like the unwritten plane rule It doesn't matter what time.
There's no rules.
The airport and
Or
on
the
a
airplane,
plane
yeah.
of what time to start drinking. I mean, my flights, some of them were at 5 a.m. And guess what? People ordered drinks.
Yes.
And it's like there's like that unwritten rule that, and another really interesting thing that I saw is that a lot of people drink on vacation when they don't normally drink at home.
Ugh.
Like, why are you going to set yourself up for that? Like, this is just wasting your time, your money, everything. Like, why pay for a vacation? Just binge drink at home.
Well, and it's like this is like society and alcohol companies coming in and like sabotaging someone who's basically said, like, I don't really drink that often because they market it as a celebration, as a relaxation tool, as something to escape from. And what are you doing on vacation? All of those things. And so if that's how alcohol is being marketed to you, like, you are not actually understanding that you're absorbing so much of that message that maybe when you go on vacation, you're like, no, I want to relax. So give me a glass of wine, a glass of champagne. Champagne was the worst for me. I'm just going to tell you guys. I drank tequila, I drank IPA. 2 glasses of champagne made me the worst version of myself. So, marketing these things to look like a celebration and escape what you do on vacation has forced these people who don't normally drink to be like, yeah, I'll drink on vacation. And I'm sure that that's not great.
No, and then guess what else I read?
Keep going.
That on vacation, people are more hungover than they would be at home.
Oh.
And it makes complete sense. Your lack of routine, your lack of sleep, because you're not in your bed, you don't have your pillow, you don't have all of the things that you need to go to bed.
Yeah, jet lag.
The dehydration, jet lag, the food, you're not eating on the regular schedule, like all of it. And so then people are more hungover than you would have been at home anyway.
Yes.
And you don't have anything that you want in your home, like a heating pad and different things.
A bath.
A bath to try to feel better, to then have fun.
For the rest of your vacation.
It's like, and that study came from Harvard University did that study. And they
Elwoods.
and they also did a study that alcohol and travel mixed adds huge risks, because if you travel to another country, maybe you aren't being as safe food wise, and you're going to get a tummy bug, because when you go to different countries, people are introduced to different things that they weren't.
Their system isn't used to. Yeah.
And so there's the food, illicit drug use. Yeah, we're on vacation. Let's do it. You're feeling more ready to do things you wouldn't normally
relax and party.
The last one, which is like, it makes complete sense, but it's also like horrifying to me, is risky sexual activity. But a lot of my friends, even till this day, love to have like one night stands in other states and because they don't ever have to see the person again.
Yeah.
Do that. But think of like also how horrifying that could be.
Yeah.
That person, maybe the opposite person, is from there. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly, like, almost prey and predator. Like, it's scary. And I don't know if me at my age, being a mom, being sober, being in my late 30s, like, I don't know if that just makes me more safe anyway.
Yeah.
But it does.
Yeah.
And I do see the risks more.
Yeah.
And I am more cautious in traveling. I've seen the movies. I've seen Law and Order. Like, there is really scary things out there that can happen.
Well, and especially when you're not informed and you're not, it's like you have to be informed and educated on where you're traveling to, and you also have to be in a aware mindset. And unfortunately, alcohol does not make you be in an aware mindset. And like Al said, we've all heard the stories and seen the movies and seen the things that can happen. And I think that a lot of this can and maybe will be attributed to giving you being loosening up your boundaries that you would normally have at home in the name of, it's vacation. And this risky behavior becomes 10 times more riskier in unfamiliar locations or settings. You don't know where police, stations are. You don't know where the help is. And so, like, we always talk about how alcohol leads to risky behavior, but in these certain scenarios, it's almost like it's just a little bit more of a sensitive situation because,
you don't know there.
100%. And, I can think back on one or two times that I was so drunk that I like maybe made out with someone. And I've actually never shared this story a lot because I think that there is probably still some shame lingering there. But I had gone through like a really horrible breakup, and I went and visited my best friend Devin when he lived in New Jersey. And we went to the Jersey Shore, like from the show, and we went to Karma, which they party at on the show. And then we went to the last bar, and I was with Devin, who is my safe person, and he always made sure I was safe. I met a boy and I started making out with him because I'm a makeout bandit, and invited them back to our hotel room, got him in the hotel room, made Devin and the guy's friend leave. And Devin said, I don't know what happened. But Devin said after 5 minutes, he came out, and I was screaming at him to get the F out, and made them leave. And Devin doesn't know what happened in that 5 minutes. I don't know what happened in that 5 minutes. But all I know is like, thank God there was something in me that like kicked this man out. Like, I don't know what else would have happened. And Devin was in a horrible position because he was drunk too. And I'm very strong.
Yes.
You can't like get your way really when I'm getting my way. And so no shame to him. It was my decision and my choice and what I said I wanted. But, I'm not someone who does one night stands. I am a makeout bandit till the day is long, but I am very intentional about sex, and I always have been. And when alcohol would put me in the positions where I was unintentional about sexual behavior, that shame carried with me so much more. And I just feel like when it's on vacation, it just has like a big cloud. I can't think like that was a really fun vacation for me and Devin, and we did cool stuff in Jersey Shore, but that is there. That memory is still there when I think about this trip. And it's like, how many memories of that do we have when we look back at trips and they were so fun and we did, relax, get away, etc. But there is that dark shadow, that dark shadow hanging out that happened.
Yes. No, I don't think one single trip of ours had not a dark shadow over it.
There was,
Even though we still enjoyed ourselves and got through it and moved forward, there was always at least one thing that happened between the two of us, whether it was you or whether it was me, that happened.
Yeah.
Well, and not even just you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I put us in very unsafe places, but I kind of was the makeout person, but I don't know. It was different. You would always invite the people back, and I think that's where it got scary. And one time she did get in a car and drove away, and I got in a golf cart and was like, "Go, follow that person." And that leads to a funny story where I thought I could run faster than the golf cart and took my heels off and raced a golf cart and forgot about Jesse that we were chasing. And it's like, there's the risky behavior right there. Like, you're trying to get to your friend and then you get distracted like squirrel. Let me
and
race
find
the
out,
golf cart, and thank God that we all made it out alive. And but it's like, but that night there was some drama. Let's just say that. And it didn't have to do with me and Jess. Like, we were good. We were perfect. We woke up.
Thank God for Allie is all I gotta say that trip. She freaking brought me back from the edge.
Like, thank God that we got through that we did.
Totally.
We were in very unsafe places.
Yeah.
And I think that we had a little bit of advantage because the world was dark, but it wasn't as dark as it is now.
Yeah.
And I think
we got real lucky.
And we got we had angels. We had angels
totally
with us
the whole time. And it's so funny because we have traveled so often, especially in these past couple months. And like even the things that we get nervous of or scared of now, and we still experience these scary things, and they're like, it's almost more like, God, we would have really been putting ourselves in a scary situation, like sometime we drove down like a random road and we're like, oh my gosh, are you scared? I'm scared, Allie. I literally thought Allie was way more scared than she was. But it's like, like as you get older and you travel, there are still these moments that make you aware and you do have to be scared, but when you're in your right mind, you can laugh about it and be like, all right, made the wrong turn, get on, you go over here, and you're able, it's not a black shadow, it's not a black cloud, it's just like, oops, hee hee, let's make sure we're doing things right. And it's so rewarding too, because I think I just simply wouldn't be able to travel alone if I was still drinking. It would be so much of a risk to my life that it would worry the hell out of people, or I just will think about what a gift it is to be able to travel alone. Yeah, it's almost like taking it for granted, I guess, because I don't realize that I would not have been able to do it.
And too, I think about drinking while traveling with my children. The patience
Oh, no.
that it requires to
Mm-mm.
travel with children
Mm-mm.
and things that happen. And well, no, and like honestly, so traveling to another country, before you get off of the plane, you have to fill out the customs form. Well, that gives me anxiety. I don't know my name. I don't know, like, I'm gonna arrest me.
Yes,
And I'm
you're doing
already
something wrong.
thinking it's wrong.
Yeah.
And Chris has watched me debilitate for a little
Form.
film
Oh.
or the form. Like I'm like they're gonna take our children. You know, like Chris, you're fine.
Yeah.
These are legal. Like, I don't know why you like get so. I'm like, my passport.
In those situations, you're like, no.
I'm so afraid, and I probably like I've had a panic attack going into Mexico trying to fill out this form and thinking it's wrong, and Chris having to be like, stop, like I got this, I got you, and to think of adding alcohol on top of that, I probably would pull the emergency exit.
Well, and you would have been every time you felt that anxiety, you would have just been ordering
Just have
more.
another-
Yeah, order more.
Yeah, no, I think that it's a gift.
It's such a gift. And like it really does not, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I guess alcohol ruins vacations.
Oh,
Even
that's exactly how to say it.
even if it's the littlest thing of a hangover. Your vacation can be so much different without alcohol in the best way. In the best way. It's even the little bit of alcohol is adding to the ruin of your vacation, whether it's a complete ruin, a little bug or whatever, but it just is what it is. And so we want you guys going into whatever traveling season you're going into, whether you're going to visit family, which is a whole nother thing that we might talk about soon, or because you are just traveling because of work or whatever, like take this with you. Understand how much better your vacations, how much more aware of your safety, how much more in check, and how much more you can get out of your vacations if you decide not to have alcohol. And that's a battle. I know that airports are a very triggering place for people that are recovering. And I also no shame to flight attendants, and this did not happen to me, but we did hear of a story where these people like sat in a random row, and the flight attendant was like, "You're in this row, you get free drinks." And they had to say, no, we don't drink. Like that is an opportunity presenting itself. So just know too, if this is a decision that you're making, like get your warrior gear on, get your Mox toolbox and take it with you. It's not going to add any extra weight to your luggage. It counts as a carry-on.
Yes.
And don't, have your guard up and just know that even through the challenges, you will come back home and be so thankful that you made that decision.
And too, virgin pina coladas are delicious.
Oh my gosh, I feel like the best pina coladas I've ever had are ones that don't have alcohol in them.
Seriously, they're really
So good. They hit the spot, man.
Hit that spot. And you can have like 15 and
15.
still swim.
You might throw up. It's okay.
I have diarrhea.
That's fine. We'll be okay. It's better than hungover. Yeah, so adventure your heart away. Adventure alcohol free. Like that's your challenge, that's your goal. Even if it's just once, make it a goal to have an alcohol free adventure. And we're here to support you because we love you, babes.
Talk soon.